friends, it's Jack Armstrong III here. Sorry I haven't been active. I injured my shoulder and I'm scheduled for surgery June 5. But let's get to it. Joshua Swann, my apologies for spelling your last name with one N. I know it is, your last name is spelled capital SWANN. And yeah, Delilah's chasing the kitty. Anyway, you said that I could do a couple of these guys for your Waterloo group build, so I started them. And I have the horse flesh done. I didn't paint any of the tack. I didn't add any personalization to the horse yet, to all the horses. And I have not painted their hooves. And when I say personalization, I'm talking socks, blazes, whatnot. So still, as you can see, a ton of work to do. I did some highlighting on the Busby and the fur around his, I'm not quite sure how to say it, but I think it is something similar to Police, the over jacket that they wore draped over their shoulders that made them look ever so handsome on the battlefield. I think I might have overdone it with the highlighting, so I need to add a black wash filter, whatever you want to call it, over that. I think it'll calm it down just nice. Here's horse number 2, a little bit darker, and again, same spot in progress as number 1. Lots of work to do. And horse number 3 with rider, and I wanted to try Gray Apple. I never really did a whole lot with horses, but I watch a lot of you guys out there that do, and that's my first attempt. But the flesh is done. We'll worry about socks and so I started to try to do a blaze there, but it's wrong. But I'll continue and press on with those as well. The original entry. Here is the Nimrod NCO, who is aiding a mortally wounded drummer. Everything is base coated, pretty much. The blue is done. It's shaded and highlighted, the blue in his uniform. Long way to go on his face and all that good stuff. I do have his bedroll, or in this case, I believe it is his gray coat, rolled up above his backpack, and I'm not sure how to pronounce that in French, but I have the calf skin or cow skin, whatever you want, cowhide pack done. I chose not to put any white into it because the straps are going to be white. That'll set it off enough. Those items are done with it, the exception of the detailing, of course. And again with the drummer, here he is. I never really tried to portray a mortally wounded or severely wounded person in painting, in flesh tones, or in general. So I'm approaching his flesh tones totally different, with a lot of grays and whatnot. And then I'm going to do a final highlight with a Vallejo light flesh, lightened with there's Delilah protecting the house. Gonna highlight it. The final highlights will be Vallejo light flesh mixed with some pale sand, and again the blue of his uniform is done. Lots and lots of work to do there. Secondly, Panzermeister 36. When I posted my update for you long ago, I looked back upon it and saw that I spelled you as Panzermeistet. It didn't end with an R, it ended with a T. My apologies to you as well, Evan. Here is the BMW, which also became a kitty casualty. I started stacking and painting some stowage, the machine gun and the spare tire. with rim are base coated in just a mix of dark gray that I made myself. I never used MIG powders before, and I think I overdid it, so I'm going to have to do a lot of dry brushing to make them a little bit more realistic appearing. And of course the decaling, I'm going to add more stowage, fully paint each layer as I add it so that there's no unpainted areas peeking through when we're done. I had mentioned to you that I was going to build a KV-1 Type C and model it destroyed. Of course I did. The turret is done. Obviously no primer, no base coat or anything, but there's the turret. Hatches in the box. And of course we have our lower hull and our chassis assembly. And let's try to get you some better lighting here. It's done. Nothing fancy, just a straight build out of the box. And again, I'm gonna model this tank destroyed. So if you can see there, I started to cut apart the road wheel. Well, actually I didn't start. I did cut some chunks out of there, as well as the roller and the front sprocket. Obviously, and there's a hole I cut in this fender, and excuse me for my lovely, outstanding camera work here. On this side of the tank, I cut a big chunk of fender out of there. Probably going to cut some off the front just to show it as a well-used tank, but I need to get out the old candle and, you know, my toothpicks in the back of my hobby knife and everything else to bend this damage, wrinkle it a little bit, make it look a little more realistic, and then we shall base coat it and press on. The Luftwaffe MPs are done, and of course I didn't set them out here on the table. I'm not going to go get them. You know that they've been kitty casualties many times, and fortunately Mr. Wraith, the newest member of my family, Wraith, capital R-A-I-T-H, the little devil is through his terrible twos, and he's being such an awesome good boy. And there you can see the 15 mil Panzer IV. There's where it stands. I need to get some decals. I need to do a clear coat on this. I still need to put some rust-colored pastels onto this muffler to liven it up, and you know, detail paint the tools again. They're not showing up good enough for me, and while it's clear coated and decaled and re-clear coated, I would like to do a pin wash, because I'm just not satisfied with the way the panel lines are showing up. Told you I wouldn't bother you with those 15 mil Panzers till they were all done, but I just wanted to show you that I am trying to do stuff. Modeling is unfortunately a true love of mine as it is yours, and this whole shoulder damage thing is really getting in the way of building and painting. But once I'm repaired, we'll be back at it, and I won't be absent. Thank you guys for your patience. And one last thing, I painted another cultist that I had received from a care package from Mick at Styrene Px long ago. See what you think of this guy. I need to, you know, establish the groundwork on his base. But you want to talk about fun. I mean, I'm not a gamer, but this whole sci-fi gaming concept is just crying out for artistic license, and I'm loving every minute of it. I can't express to Mick how much I appreciate these little guys that he sent to me in our care packages that we exchanged. They are really fun, and I'm enjoying them. Thank you guys. This is Jack Armstrong III signing off, and I want to remind you from the Pennsylvania Hills, keep it out of the trees.